Now let's know some of the common attacks in the cybersecurity and network security world. The social engineering. The social engineering is the ability of something or someone to influence the behavior of a group of people. It is related to fooling someone to give away some information that he is not supposed to give, like a username or password or a network map or some information that he is not supposed to tell you about as an attacker. Here in this diagram, you can call for example, the employee of the technical support, telling him about a problem that is not existing, and out of his courtesy is trying to help you. So he may tell you the user ID of someone you need to know to attack, or the password, or something like this. Social engineering is a step towards more dangerous attacks, and it is very commonly used as a component of the attacks. Phishing. Phishing is some form of social engineering. The phisher pretends to represent a legitimate from outside the organization. The phisher tells the unsuspecting customer that he is maybe his bank, and he needs to know about his bank account and password to check his accounts. This is some sort of phishing. It can be over the phone, can be over email, can be by any means of communication that you are sending someone to fool him and to let him be your victim and tell you or give you some of his assets to be used. Let's know the difference between viruses, worms, and Trojan horses. Viruses are programs that run and spreads by modifying other programs or files. Viruses are always contained in one PC. A virus cannot start by itself. It needs to be activated. Once activated, a virus may do nothing more than replicate itself and spread, fill the hard disk, or damage some files, delete some files, or do something that is harmful to your data. Worms is just like viruses. They are harmful programs, but they have an advantage over viruses that can spread and copy itself to any connected host on the network, can run independently and spread quickly, need to attach itself to an existing program, do not necessarily require activation or human intervention. It can activate itself and run itself. What about Trojan horses? It's a non-self-replicating program. It is just a backdoor that is, or a rootkit that is installed on a certain system to give the attacker information or access to this system. It is a non-self-replicating program that is written to appear like a legitimate program when in fact it is an attack tool. It relies upon its legitimate appearance to deceive the victim into initiating the program. Once initiated, it's a backdoor. Once initiated, it gives the attacker access to this system. It may be relatively harmless, the software itself, or can contain code that can damage the contents of the computer's hard drive. But Trojans can also create a backdoor into a system, allowing hackers to gain access. The Trojan horse itself as a software may be harmless, but its harm is that it opens a backdoor. It allows an attacker from outside the host to access the host, to read the files, to delete the files, to copy the files, or to do anything to the binaries inside this host. The DOS and DDoS, denial of service and distributed denial of service. DOS attacks are aggressive attacks on an individual computer or groups of computers with the intent to deny services to intended users. You can launch a DOS attack like the diagram on the right on a web server to let this server down, to let the server inaccessible for its legitimate users. DOS attacks can target end user systems, servers, routers, and network links to let them down, to let them useless, to let them unaccessible for the legitimate users, as if the server is not there, the router is not there, or the network is not connected. The denial of service can be denial of service or distributed denial of service. The distributed denial of service is more sophisticated and potentially damaging from the form of the DOS attack. It is designed to saturate and overwhelm network links with useless data. The DDoS is a DOS attack that is distributed among so many attackers that may overwhelm or flood the network with useless data, so that the network is down, so that all the servers, all the users on the network feel that there is no network and are denied their services. DOS and DDoS are very common attacks nowadays too, and sometimes very sophisticated to attack and to maybe launch some I mean launch some ransom acquisition against organizations. Brute force, spyware, and cookies. Brute force is done by a fast computer that is used to try to guess passwords. The attacker tries a large number of possibilities in rapid succession, possibilities of passwords, of course, in rapid succession, to gain access to crack the code of the password, to guess the right password of an email account or Active Directory account, Windows account, or any type of account. Brute force attacks can cause a denial of service due to excessive traffic because it is repeated so many times to guess the right password, and it can lock out the user account. The attacker can cause this account to be locked out and not accessible by the legitimate account owner. The spyware is a program that gathers personal information from your computer without your permission or knowledge. This information is sent to advertisers or others on the internet and can include passwords and account numbers. It can include passwords, account numbers, and it can cause some damage and some harm for your accounts or banking accounts I mean on the systems, on the Windows and so on, or the banking accounts, and it is something that may cause some illegitimate access to such accounts, and it is something that we must take care of. Tracking cookies, a form of spyware, but are not always bad because they are used to record information about internet user when they visit websites. You visit a website, tracking cookie on the code of the website tracks some of your information, your age, your gender, your country, your place of residence, in order to help advertising you with the right products that may interest you according to age, gender, and place of residence. The spam is a serious network threat that can overload ISPs or internet service providers, email servers, and individual end user systems. A person or organization responsible for sending spam is called a spammer. Spamming means sending so many emails or so many communication messages to so many recipients that are not related to each other, telling them something. Spammers often make use of unsecured email servers to forward email. Spammers can use hacking techniques to take control of home computers such as viruses, worms, Trojan horse. Spammers send an email with an attachment containing viruses or worms or Trojan horses to 1 million users, for example. 10 of them may open this attachment, may download and install this program, so the spammer by this way has gained access to these computers that were fooled by his attachment, and now it is under his control. Thank you.